Today is the 28th day of April. Sometime Kai don't want to speak, but greater is he that is in you that he is in the world. Quoting the scripture there for you got bad memory. And I just saw all these educators, all these big people. It seems like it was a PLP party. I think Ewan must have gone back PLP because he gone on there visiting Ginger Moxie, and they welcome him as if he was the best prime minister in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. But so swiftly they forgot. By his own words, the cover of the book, by his own words, y'all should remember, especially all those educators that are there grinning, all you can see is white teeth. It's a good reason God made white teeth. If he didn't make white teeth, plenty of y'all would be in trouble. But Hubert Book said, I say what I mean and mean what I say. Boy, I thought that was so evident. And the first lie he told was his first speech as the first prime minister that came out of the F&M party. And I was so proud back then. I was a proud supporter of Hubert. I would have fight for Hubert. And Hubert said me something that made me so proud. And he said this on defeating his mentor, Sir Lyndon Oscar Pinland. In his own words, say what he mean and mean what he said. And he said this to Kai Mills in The Nation. He said there should never, ever, and I'm going to make sure there's never anybody that run for prime minister more than 2 times in this country while he lived. From that statement right there, nobody should be reading them book. Nobody should be putting them up in the closet or the schools for the children to read a lie, because it's a lie. He said, nobody shall ever run for more than 2 terms or be prime minister longer than 2 times in this country. And he said, I mean what I say. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. That's a lie. Never happened. He ran for the 3rd time, and then he was running for the 4th time. But the thing that is interesting to me is that Hubert launched a book in Nassau. Now he's in Grand Bahama. He never thought much of Abaco. You would have thought that a man that has never voted for himself in his lifetime, never voted for himself, never lived in Abaco during the time that he was the Member of Parliament for North Abaco, never had a public meeting with us in over 15 years, never a town meeting, and the government was paying to have an office open in his constituency, especially because he never had any meeting. At least he'll have some communication through his office. Never open it. But he went to Nassau and launched his book in Grand Bahama. The little children get him under this sword thing like he's the great Messiah, or that he is some British subject. But he haven't been to Abaco, the place that put him up on the highest pedestal in the Bahamas. And he gave all foreigners, all white foreigners, hundreds and hundreds of acres. And through his 15 years as prime minister, over 25 years as member of parliament, and he can't tell you 10 Abaconians that he gave hundreds of acres to outright. deeds and everything. He can't tell you 10. But he down there, I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. That's a lie. That never happened like that. And Abaco, against Islam, in Grand Bahama today, ask you Grand Bahama, during the worst time of your life, Hurricane Dorian, did he mean what he say what he mean and got you some help? After Hurricane Dorian? North Abaco that created him and stood with him as a PLP representative, as an independent representative, as a FNM representative, and eventually prime minister. How many homes and all that wealth that we caused him to create did Hubert Ingram come to build one single house for all we have done for him after the worst storm in our life? But he want to get richer. He want to bring those big books, look like an encyclopedia. If it knock you in your head with it, you'll go in a coma for the rest of your life. That's an encyclopedia, that ain't no book. But I kind of ticked off that he's running around like he's the great I am, the best prime minister, and he did so well by his people. But to the contrary, he did very little for the growth of the people of North Abaco. Look at Sabatina Fines, Troy McIntosh, all of them. But in his lifetime, he not built one single track after these guys and girls was on the world stage and performed to their best. Not one single track while he's prime minister 15 years. But he'll bring those books down to Abaco and say, buy one. I ain't gonna buy a one. He give me one, I give that away. Hurry to get that out of my place. I'm not angry. I just want people to remember that he never said what he mean and mean what he said, but quite the contrary. If you believe me, don't believe me, go down there and ask Kenneth Russell. Kenneth Russell used to sit side Hubert Ingram. Like Judas sit side Jesus Christ. And guess what Hubert Ingram did to him in Grand Bahama, sitting down there with his wife? He put a political dagger in him, finished him off amongst his people. That's what you say what you mean, and mean what you say. What he did to Kenneth Russell down there, tears came to my eyes. Nobody deserved that. But this is what y'all praising down there in Grand Bahama. I hope that never comes to Abaco, because on his own admission, the book is a lie, because he never meant what he said. He said some things, but he never meant it, because he went contrary, complete opposite to what he said on his first speech as Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. You got the country's eyes and ears listening. And he said, listen, Bahamian, because Pinland stayed so long, I'm going to make sure that nobody ever in the history of the Bahamas run for more than 2 times as Prime Minister. Did this happen? But if it happened more than 2 times, and he said only 2 times, the book cover should be torn off and start with something else. Besides, I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. Kai Case, y'all in Grand Bahama that's celebrating nothing, like you were still the Prime Minister. All y'all educators down there, go look at his speech. His first speech to the nation, and then y'all bind them book up. Don't even read them, because there ain't no truth in them. The whole truth is not in there. The cover of the book is an incorrect statement. That's what that just Kai saying so, because I remembered. I still remember. Y'all ought to remember. I am reminding you that it ain't so what he's saying on the book. Kai Case.